not crazy. It's Christmas Eve. It's the one night of the year when we all act a little nicer. We smile a little easier. We share a little more.
Every holiday season, we dust off the same Christmas movies. Home Alone, Elf, The Santa Claus, and of course, the timeless classics like It's a Wonderful Life. But there's one movie that rarely makes these discussions, even though it's packed with holiday cheer, heartfelt lessons, and a healthy dose of hilarity. I'm talking about Scrooged, the 1988 retelling of A Christmas Carol starring the legendary Bill Murray. Is Scrooged an underrated Christmas classic, and why doesn't it get the same love as other holiday favorites? Let's find out. Scrooge takes the familiar story of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol and gives it a modern, and by modern I mean 1980s, twist. Bill Murray stars as Frank Cross, a ruthless and cynical TV executive who only cares about ratings, profits, and himself. Sound familiar? Frank is essentially a Scrooge for the media age. He's producing a live Christmas special of A Christmas Carol while alienating everyone around him, from his loyal assistant Grace, played by Alfre Woodard, to his ex-girlfriend Claire, played by Karen Allen. Frank's obsession with commercial success paints him as a symbol of corporate greed during the holiday season. And it's no coincidence that the movie uses the cutthroat television industry to drive home its satirical critique. But when Frank is visited by three eccentric ghosts, the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future, he's forced to confront the choices he's made and reevaluate his priorities. It's a wild ride filled with dark comedy, slapstick humor, and a surprisingly heartfelt ending that reminds us what Christmas is really all about. What sets Scrooged apart from other Christmas movies is its tone. While most holiday films lean into family-friendly cheer, Scrooged isn't afraid to show the darker, grittier side of the holidays. It's a satirical take on commercialism and media exploitation, making it feel oddly relevant even decades later. The opening alone, a fake trailer for a violent holiday action movie called The Night the Reindeer Died, sets the stage for the film's irreverent humor. And then there's Bill Murray. His performance as Frank Cross is the heart of this movie. He's sarcastic, over-the-top, and downright mean at times. But as the story progresses, we see layers of vulnerability and regret. That final monologue where Frank breaks down and pleads for people to show love and kindness is both hilarious and deeply moving, and it showcases Murray's ability to balance comedy with genuine emotion. The supporting cast of Scrooged is just as memorable. Karen Allen brings warmth and heart as Claire, Frank's ex-girlfriend and moral compass. Her scenes with Frank are some of the most touching in the movie, and they add a layer of humanity to his otherwise cynical character. Alfre Woodard plays Grace, Frank's assistant, who adds a modern-day Bob Cratchit vibe to the story with her quiet strength and resilience. Grace's struggles, particularly with her mute son Calvin, provide a poignant reminder of the personal sacrifices that often go unnoticed during the holiday season. And let's not forget Carol Kane as the ghost of Christmas Present. Her hilariously violent approach to guiding Frank might be one of the funniest parts of the movie. From hitting him with a toaster to pulling on his ears, Kane's performance is chaotic, whimsical, and downright unforgettable. Then there's Bobcat Goldthwait as Elliot Loudermilk, Frank's unhinged former employee. His descent into chaos after being fired by Frank is both tragic and laugh-out-loud funny, adding another layer of dark humor to the film. The film also deserves credit for its bold visual style and imaginative use of special effects, particularly in the scenes featuring the ghost of Christmas future. The towering skeletal figure with a TV screen for a face is both creepy and symbolic, representing the hollow, media-driven world Frank has created for himself. So why doesn't Scrooge get the same love as movies like Home Alone or The Santa Claus? For starters, its dark comedy isn't for everyone. While movies like Elf lean into whimsical humor, Scrooge takes a more cynical approach, which can be divisive. It's not exactly the kind of movie you watch with young kids on Christmas Eve, and its edgier tone might alienate those looking for a more traditional holiday experience. Then there's the 80s aesthetic and humor. While nostalgic for some, it might feel dated to younger audiences who grew up with smoother, more polished holiday films. Another factor could be its limited holiday airplay. Unlike A Christmas Story or It's a Wonderful Life, Scrooged isn't played as frequently during the holiday season, reducing its exposure to casual audiences. And yet, for those who take the time to watch it, Scrooged offers a refreshing and thought-provoking take on a classic tale. Now the big question, is Scrooged a top 10 Christmas movie? For fans of offbeat holiday films, absolutely. Its unique tone, timeless themes, and Bill Murray's unforgettable performance make it a standout. It might not have the universal appeal of movies like Home Alone, but for those who appreciate a darker, more satirical take on the holiday spirit, it's a must-watch. In the end, Scrooged is a gem of a Christmas movie that deserves more recognition. It's bold, hilarious, and surprisingly heartfelt, a true reflection of the chaotic yet beautiful holiday season. So if you're tired of the same old Christmas movies, give Scrooged a watch. You might just find a new holiday favorite. Do you think it's a top 10 Christmas movie? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more reviews like this one.